And my microphone was muted. So, hey to all of you beautiful people. Happy Friday afternoon. Today is Friday, February. Nope, not February. April 16th, 2021. It's another day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. And I am here. Let me take this off the screen because I ain't talking about no services right now. So hey to all of you on the student teacher page, on the regular Simony Walden page, and those of you who will catch this YouTube live. Thank you guys for tuning in today. It's exciting. Live that we're doing today. Probably a year ago, me and Sonya did a live together about peace in the middle of a pandemic, and that was a really good live. And so, how ironic that almost a year to the date, we are back again doing another live. So share this with your friends. Invite your friends to come and check us out. We're going to just flow today. It's going to be a good conversation. We're talking about the conference that is coming, the summit that's coming up. My tears are tired. The bounce back after the setback. My tears are tired. The bounce back after the setback. And so Sonya is one of the featured speakers. We have Miss Lily May of the Glambitious brand. We have Veronica Burnett. She is the Better Days coach. We have Constance Craig Mason, who talks about getting up running. She's a financial expert. And then we have Miss Angela Marshall, who's all about bounce back. She owns and operates Baltimore Flavor radio show. And so I'm excited to have these women that's going to be a part of that. And I shared before how this all came to be. I was having a conversation with my best friend one day. And she made a statement that her tears were tired. We were just talking about, going through life and, things happen and, all the trials and tribulations that one will face doing life. And then also the ones that women carry more so, because I believe that we carry more things and we're able to carry more things than men, or shoulder more things than men, and keep it moving. And so I was like, wow, you definitely need to do something with that. And, she's not really out like speaking like that. So then I told her, I say, I'm going to do something with that. And so my tears are tired, the bounce back after the setback. I believe everybody has a story or an experience where you thought it was going to take you out, but God yet has still sustained you. You thought that was going to set you back, but he is a God who can redeem your time. And so I'm excited that Sonya is here today to be a part of this conversation that we're going to have. That's what it is, a conversation between me and Sonya. We always have a good conversation when we talk. And so I'm excited that she is here today. And so I got to get my soundboard ain't here, but it ain't on this phone. So I need it too, because I want to give her a warm welcome. But Sonya, listen, I'm going to get my soundboard going before this night is over. So if everybody can type in the chat box, where you from, where you tuning in from, like, are you here from, you supporting Sonya, you just coming on because you see some amazing woman in the comments. You have read her bio already. I'm going to read it again for you guys, but I'm going to let Sonya tell you who she is. So I want to welcome to this conversation tonight my friend, a sister, someone who is a powerhouse in her own right, and she is an administrative guru, Miss Sonya L. Moore.
Hey, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am wonderfully blessed. How about that on this Friday?
Yeah. How about that? I love that. But Sonya, I already told you thank you for being a part of this tonight. And so I said again, thank you for being a part tonight. And thank you for your yes initially for us coming back together, being able to do something. Remember I shared with you an event that I wanted to do in December. And I was like, Sonya, I want you to be a part. And then it never happened. And so now here we are here in April. Yes. With the Bounce Back Summit. So welcome again. So Sonya, like I've shared your bio, and I'm going to share your bio again, like it's in the description, but I want you to tell everybody, who is Sonya L. Moore, the person, and then tell us a little bit about Sonya L. Moore, the entrepreneur.
Okay, I love this question. The person, who am I? First of all, I am a lover of Christ. How about that? Yes. Put him above everything, and getting a connection with him, a stronger connection, is very important. I am a wife of coming up on 22 years.
Yay!
Yes.
I
Yes.
gotta get my SoundCloud. I'll be back. You keep talking. I
Okay.
gotta clap it up for that. While relationships are falling in the toilet, I gotta
Yes.
clap it up for
And
that.
marry the same person. How about that?
Kidding. I'll be
Yes. So, like I said, I am a wife. I'm a mother of two kids. I have a almost 22-year-old son and an almost 19-year-old daughter. So, I am a mom. I'm also a daughter. I'm a daddy's girl. I'm a sister. I'm an auntie. And I would say that's who I am. I'm an introvert. I love being by myself. I love just anything, just solo. I love reading. So, I'm pretty laid back. Family is everything to me, as you can tell. As you know, Simone, family is just everything to
yeah.
me. So I really give a lot of my time to family, to friends, and the person I am. I'm very simple, but I'm a dedicated, dependable person, and I am loyal. I can be loyal to a fault. How about that?
I
So,
love that.
the entrepreneur, I'm an execution strategist. So, I love taking strategy and applying it to execution. So, everything is intentional for small business owners. So, what does that look like? That's where I work with overwhelmed entrepreneurs and I help them turn chaos into systems and ideas into income so that they can spend more time as the CEO instead of the worker in their business. I love taking ideas out of people's head, putting them on paper so that you are executing with intention to grow your business and scale your business. And I do all the things that you need when it comes to making sure you have very good communication in your business, keeping your clients top of mind. In addition to structure, you have to have structure in your business if you want to scale and want to grow. So I help people with their back office system processes and automation. And I do it all virtually as part of being the CEO and owner of More Planning and Consulting.
Let me go and clap it up. Let me just let me just go and clap. Let me clap it up one more time. 'Cause, I mean, and when Sonya said it, like she really does all of that plus more. Saying I got a new horn. I'm gonna play this one too. Like this is what I do online with the students. Like, and that one girl yesterday, she sent me a private message. She was like, "Why?" Now imagine your teacher doing this throughout the class,
I
like the
know,
whole time.
right?
I just kept doing it. Like it was so funny to me. Wow. So, and I wanted to ask that question because a lot of times we see people and we know what people do in their business and we don't necessarily know the person behind the business. And then sometimes we just know the person, but we don't know what they actually do in their business. And I love when you said execution and strategy. I had to make sure, hopefully I spelled that right. Spell check, help me out.
I know, right?
Execution and strat. I was like, oh yeah. And saying we gotta talk about what you say you do is exactly what you do. It's no BS. It's no you trying to figure it out. You really do what you say you do. And like I don't even know why I always get like, I'm gonna do it, Sonya. I'm gonna work with you again, Sonya. And then I don't even know why the heck I always get like freaked out. I don't even know, but you definitely do what you say you do. So I am so thankful and grateful that you have stepped out, and that kind of segues into our next question. Like you are for when me and you met through
Mhm.
Impact Nation.
Yes.
When we met, you had just stepped into full-time entrepreneur, and I kept telling you this is what I want to do. And so, how was it transitioning from going to corporate America, and talk a little bit about you working in corporate to really stepping out being a full-time entrepreneur? Because there's a lot of people that want to do it. I want to do that. Like I
Mhm.
can't wait to do that. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, how was it? You know what? It wasn't easy at first, only because, well, let me back up. I've always
Mm-hmm.
had an entrepreneurial spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I've always created things. I've always planned things. I've always led things. And
Mm-hmm.
just the idea of owning something has always been on my heart. So
Okay.
it is something that if you knew me 15, 20 years from now, you knew, okay, she's probably going to do something, but I don't know what. Why I said that it's difficult is because I had to leave the security of getting the corporate check. And that is a prevention moment for many because you have insurance, you've got the stability of the check, you have the processes that they have, you have a job description and you know what you need to do. So it's very easy to say. So I knew I needed to shift to full-time entrepreneur because in corporate America where I was, there were a lot of changes happening very quickly, rapidly, new leadership, new roles, like things were just happening. And I wasn't necessarily in agreement with everything that was happening. And I think that was God nudging me because there were signs that I should have left earlier. But no, I'm going to stay here. I can't do it. Plus, I have a child that has a chronic illness. So the insurance and the stability of knowing at least what I was going to get in corporate America was helping me, in the household, along with my husband, of course. But once I kept getting those nudges, and the nudges for me was how I was feeling with the changes happening in corporate America. And finally, I got an opportunity to take severance. Came out of nowhere. When I tell you God set it up, I went from not really enjoying what I was doing. I mean, I used to love what I did, but then over the years and time, and that's a whole nother story, I just wasn't in a very good place at all. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So when this opportunity literally dropped in my lap out of nowhere, I knew it was God. And I said, I'm taking that. I'm taking it. Yeah. So I stepped out. I had severance and I took 2 months off. Never had done that in my career. But I needed that time to regroup. And when I regrouped, I realized it's time. This is my do-over, quite frankly. So from there, entrepreneurship, getting to the question of how is it? It has its good days, it has its bad days, but I don't ever regret my decision because I'm doing what I love.
I love it.
And I know and knew that entrepreneurship is not easy. And when you do something you don't know how to do it, you're going to have a heck of a time, right? Even in a new job, you know what they signed you on to do. But that first year, you're just watching, learning, bumping your head, figuring it out, dusting your shoulders off and getting back up. And it's not until like 2-3 years you feel real comfortable. Well, in entrepreneurship, it's a little different because you know what? You don't have that paycheck coming in anymore. Yeah. So you better figure some things out real quick, get the resources you need because it's all about you, but it gives you that grit. And the power of making your own decisions can be overwhelming. And you have to remember, I can make this decision. I'm the CEO. I don't have to ask anybody anymore. But going back to me being very, disciplined and always knowing you have to be, disciplined. And going from corporate to full-time wasn't easy. It's a mindset shift. But I love it. If you're rooted to serve in the capacity that is your calling, you're going to work it out and he's going to help you. You just have to put him in. He just has to be in control.
That's good. Oh, that's good. Rooted to serve in your calling. Sonya, that's good right there. I'm like, okay, wow. So, Sonya, pretty much what you said, I believe that can apply for a lot of things. But what would you say to the person who really, really wants to leave their full-time job and there is no severance pay, but they know that they got to go? It's just like, it's no passion, no anything anymore. And it's like, I really got to get out of here. What advice could you give somebody?
Start creating an exit plan.
Okay.
Some people say just jump out there. I'm a planner at heart, so that's not going to work for me. But for some people, maybe. But there's so many risks when you're starting as an entrepreneur because there's so many unknowns. And it's your livelihood at stake. So I would say have an exit plan. And this is for anybody, whether you're leaving or not, or, whether you're wanting to leave or not. Have an exit strategy on making sure you have money in your account that emergency fund. Like, these are
Yeah.
back to basics. Make sure you have an emergency fund. So when you do hit that moment where you're like, I can't do this anymore, you already know that you have what you need for at least 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say definitely do that, because if you already know in your heart that you want to do it, you already know the skill, you
Mm-hmm.
have the skill. Then I would say get advisement from someone who has done it.
Okay.
So they can try to prepare you for what you don't know before you
Mm-hmm.
walk away from that steady paycheck. So you can get an idea of what you can expect. Every situation is unique, but the more that you can inform yourself of what may happen from someone who has actually done it,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to help you.
Yeah.
So talking to someone, having that emergency fund, and then when you finally get that moment where you're like, I can't, what's holding you back?
Uh, uh,
So it's just setting yourself up for those moments. And those moments came to me many a time before, the severance opportunity came to me. But I will say I had to have a conversation with my husband, right?
yeah.
Because it flip-flopped our household a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to have a network.
Mm-hmm.
This is whether you're married or not.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a network,
Yeah.
so that they can help you and
Starting route
support
to
you.
Macedon Resort.
So to help and support you in different ways, because the mental change that you go through is real. It's not all roses, right?
Yeah.
You have those ups and downs, but I would say just preparing yourself in that way. So when you do want to take that leap, you can say you've done everything that you thought you should do by connecting with someone that has done it. You're going to get the naysayers. Don't do it. Don't. But sometimes that is not their calling. It's yours.
Wow, that's good.
So you
Yeah.
have to stand in your own, um, in people say truth, they use that a lot, but you just have to stand in what you know, what you need to do. And nobody can turn back. Like, you couldn't change my decision. And
Wow.
regardless of the ups and downs that I have had, I do not regret walking away from my corporate job at all. And I know
Wow.
that because he put that in my heart. Like, I was actually telling you to leave years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That nudging, like when I
Yeah.
would get irritated with something at work, like, why do they keep doing this? Like, this
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Those were
Yeah.
the nudges basically saying, you know what, you have outgrown this place, meaning it's time for you to transition into a different role that I can use you differently, because you have finished your assignment there. It's time for a new one. But since you're not going to leave on your own, here's an opportunity. And it was such a leap of faith for me, because even though I had a severance, I was leaving a career that I had for 11 years at the same employer. So there's a lot of, flexibility, credibility, security. There was just a lot of comfort there. And when I'm a creature of habit,
Okay.
so routine is everything for me.
Yeah.
When I'm in the business that I'm in, routine is everything for me. So I'm uprooting myself of everything that I have ever done to start something brand new that I don't know for sure if it's going to work.
Yeah.
So, but I had faith and stayed prayed up and put action behind the prayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, here I am 3 years later.
Wow. Yes, I remember you had just like got started. And I love what you said, like you put action behind the prayer. You know, a lot of times, and I used to be adamant, and I'm still adamant about praying. But after you pray, there has to be something that you're gonna do besides the prayer. So I love that when you said take the action. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you offer that? Do you ever offer consultation on people, helping them move from being a employee to a
You know what? No, I haven't. People may ask me the question, but I never thought consulting, because my mind, the way I think is a little different, just because I'm a very practical, realistic person.
Uh-huh.
And when I led teams in corporate America, it's like, I'm just going to tell you how it is. I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you with love.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you the why behind what I'm sharing so that you can understand the steps in the process.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I had great success when I was a leader there, is because people just want to know and being open. But I haven't had that question, but I clearly would be open to it because I want to be practical. I want people to be real as they are deciding what their next step is based off of what God is telling them to do and where they want to use themselves. So it would be clearly transferable. But figuring out how you can sustain yourself instead of looking for like free money all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's out there, don't get me wrong, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're always seeking for free, you're not creating the foundation that you can sustain.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
you need to sustain it yourself. And then the free is just adding on top of that.
I'm about to post this. Stop seeking the free always. Let me post that real quick.
Exactly. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying make sure that you're positioning it in the right place and it's just not the foundation of your business, because you're not building your business mind and it's not helping you long term, because free isn't always out there.
Yeah.
If that's how you're always thinking of, well, what can I get? What can I get? It's like, well, what can you do? Those fundamentals is what's going to continue to help you grow and maintain your business.
And you know what? One thing I think about with that too is like, if you are an entrepreneur, if you have something to sell, if you have a service or product and you're always looking for free, why would you expect somebody to come and invest with you? You know what I'm saying? So that's really good. So wow. Thank you.
And you know what? Free does not unlock the whole story behind what you need. Free gives you, most times, I'm not saying all the time, there are some outliers there, but free only gives you a piece. As you are on your journey, you need to see the whole. So you know what you're getting into, so you can make the best decision for you.
Yeah.
Because if you only know one piece and there's 15 other pieces and they're only telling you this one piece, how can you really lay out a good plan of action if you don't know, or if you don't even know your whole story? So,
Yep.
there are times to just do, but then there are other times when you're building a business, you need to know your why, how you're going to do it, why you're doing it, when you're going to do it, how you're going to sell it. That's your job.
Yeah.
Because when you get teams of people in, they want the team to figure that out. I'm like, no, that's your vision.
Yeah.
You need to be able to communicate. I always say, if you can't articulate your vision, you can't expect anyone else to.
Let me get the SoundCloud going one more time, because that's good right there. Let me get that going. Okay, Nana. See,
You are funny.
stuff don't even work when you need it to work. Like,
it's all good. It'll work when it's supposed to.
oh, Saint, that's good. Oh, that's really good. If you can't articulate the vision, don't expect your team to. What the heck is the vision, yo? Like, wow.
I mean, it's pretty basic. That's the hard work
Yeah.
in building a business that you want to grow, and that's something that you are creating, is you have to be able to answer those questions, because the people you bring in to assist, they're just assisting to help you execute, but they're executing off of what you are giving them. So if you can't give them what they need, then they're not going to execute how you want them to. And people sometimes they confuse that. It's like, well, I told you this, like, but why are we doing this? It's like, well, it's just something we need to do, but that's not an answer.
Right.
Why? So I can be in my zone of genius when I'm helping. But if I don't know the whole story, and if you can't articulate it, and if you're always in a rush all the time, I just did a live on chaos, right? So it's like, if you're always rushing, I don't know, we need to do this, we need to do this, and then you end up doing all these things and they don't really add up to anything.
Yeah, that's
They're just
good.
things that you're doing.
Oh, that's good.
That's where the strategy comes in. You need to connect your dots. And that's
Hmm.
what I do, is just returning people to their why, so that everything that they're doing is leading them back to the why, so that they're able to serve as many people as they can, so that they can in turn have a sustainable business.
That's good, Sonya. And I know I keep saying that, but it really is. I'm like, wow, I need to go and listen to that video about chaos. Like, I want to listen to that because
Yeah.
sometimes you can get caught up in the mundane things of day-to-day operations, and then it becomes overwhelming, and then you wait sometimes to the last minute. So that was like definitely on point. Wow, thank you for sharing it. Like, you always share like Bob stuff anyway. So now, y'all heard her talk, right? We just having a conversation. You heard her talk. So now I'm about to ask her about her products and services, but you already know she knows what she's talking about. So Sonya, just for the sake of putting it out there, what are your services and products that you offer? Because if you're looking for someone, if you're looking for an execution and strategist, I promise you, Sonya will give you what you need. And I've worked with Sonya before, and Sonya will tell you up front, we gonna do what we can, but because you kind of waited last minute, we don't know what the return on this is going to be. And I appreciated her honesty because I already knew, listen, we going to do what we can. She's going to do her best. She going to, she going to put her foot forward, but if we don't get the results that you're hoping for, is because you kind of started too late. Even like when she talked about the exit plan, right? Like, some people do just quit. Maybe God say, hey, just quit your job and you be done with it and you go off on faith for real. But you also can put stuff in place so when that time comes, you already prepare. And I learned that day that I have to be prepared, and I couldn't wait, for a very short time. And of course, here we are now, right? Kind of waiting towards 11 days, and it's like 7 days. But I definitely learned from that experience. So, Sonya, what um, services and products do you offer?
Well, I offer a few. The three lanes that I work in is strategy, structure, and support. That's what I believe are the three pillars that every business needs to focus on in order to grow and to thrive. So, a service that I offer is my ideas to income session, where it's a strategy session where I'm taking those ideas in your mind, putting them on paper so that they turn into a roadmap to help you execute and birth that idea that has been stuck in your head where you don't know where to start. Because having ideas is great, but if you're not maximizing the return that you could have on them to generate income and to reach your audience and to identify who you need, the idea dies before it even takes root. So that's like my signature service, because I'm grounded in strategy. So it's a strategic planning session, and what it is, but it's called ideas to income, because that's what I do. I take those ideas and turn them into income, and we think about everything full circle. And that's the luxury of planning, right? You can really think it through. And then I have different variations of that service based off of the level of strategy that you need. The next level of services I offer is around structure. Structure is, now that I have that strategy, I need to put some structure and systems in place so that I can sustain what I'm asking. So that is where I help you document your processes. Business owners, you need to do that. Take everything out of your head, but these are your processes for easy onboarding and so that you can scale. And then helping you set up your automation so you can be more efficient. Because if you can do things faster, more efficient, that's more money that you can generate, more people that you can serve. So that's the structure, helping you organize and then incorporating automation into what you're doing. And then the last tier that I focus on is support. And the support is where I help you stay top of mind with your clients. So turning prospects into paying clients with communication. So that could be helping you with landing pages, helping you set up your webinars, your presentations, helping you identify what communication you need and then aligning you with the services that can make that happen for you. So if that's websites, if that's social media, if that is the lead magnets, y'all need that leading you somewhere. So I help come up with the marketing and the communication that's needed. So those are the 3 tiers that I focus on. And I have packages that will meet you where you are with your budget and or with where you are in your business. And I mainly assist service providers.
So you remember I told you this because I was on a live one day and we had a conversation after this, and I was like, I've been praying and the Lord told me, he says, automate your business, not your life. You remember that? Yes. And then I had this whole conversation with Sonya, like, yes. And then I didn't follow through. And it's amazing how, like, he will bring it back to you again to, like, okay, girl, like, it's right here for you. This is what you need to get going. And so for any of you who is watching us now and you need those things, you're not even sure what you need, you're not even sure about your exit plan or how you're gonna execute, because I'm telling you, those systems are definitely like key. Like had I been working with Sonya right now, like this whole book this right here, like all this stuff would just be a breeze right now, right? I already know that, right? So if you're looking for somebody who can really help you execute on your strategy for real, Sonya is a great person to work with. And she's very easygoing. How you see her now. And see, this is the thing I like about genuine people that you meet. Because some people you meet online, they are totally different when you either have a one-on-one call with them, when you meet up with them, when you work with them, you like, well, what the heck happened to the person that I just seen on the screen? But when we talk, you're the same way right now as you are when we talk to each other off camera. And so if you look for somebody who is just straight up how she's giving it to you right now, how we're just having this conversation now, this is how Sonya is like every time we talk. And I'm grateful and thankful that we was able to have this conversation today, Sonya. Like, I'm gonna go back and watch this. So if you came in late, and type to us in the chat box where you tuning in from. Hey, Miss Mary, I saw you comment, and I see a couple more people here, but it doesn't show your name. So comment and say hey to us, hey to Sonya. If she was blessing you and sharing some good stuff, go ahead on and say hey to Sonya. If you have a question for her, maybe about automation or anything with the business or her leaving corporate to go into full-time entrepreneurship, please type that in here. If you type it after this is over and you catch the replay, we'll go back and we'll try to answer as many questions as we can.
Yes.
So listen, when I asked you about being a speaker. Hey, Minister Amy, Bowie, Maryland in the house. Hey. Hey, Miss Mary. Miss Mary live in Alabama.
So, I have family in Alabama.
Oh, do you?
I do. I have family in Alabama.
Huntsville, I believe.
I have some cousins in Huntsville. And a large portion of my family is in Montgomery.
Really?
And I have some in Birmingham and Mobile and Monroeville. And yeah.
Wow.
My family's from the South. Mm-hmm.
How did you get to Ohio?
Well, my dad and my mom's from Alabama, and then they came to Ohio, and then that's where, I was born. So my roots come from Alabama. So there were many, many summer trips driving down to Alabama for family reunions. Yes.
That is cute. See, that's probably, and I ain't gonna say that's probably why, because people could be sweet from all over. But that's why you have that such warm hospitality. You got that southern hospitality in you. Hey, Vivian, how you doing?
This is prime walk time, everybody. So Fin is my CWO, my Chief Wellness Officer. She has that position in my company because she helps me to relieve stress with loves and hugs and belly rubs. And I'm in the office with her. So she's looking out the window right now because it's prime walk time. So she's on duty right now.
That is too cute. Wow. Maybe you can show us. This is the cutest dog I've ever seen. Look, So I'm saying, look, Miss Mary said she lived in Ohio for 27
Oh
years.
wow, Mary, what part of Ohio? Because I'm in Cincinnati, and I lived in Columbus for 2.5 years for a little bit.
Sonya,
That was my moment of leaving the city for a little bit.
Sonya, how far are you from Kentucky?
What part of Kentucky? Like if you just go
Um,
across the river to like northern Kentucky, that's maybe like 40 minutes.
oh, okay. Is that
Yeah.
close to Louisville?
Oh, Louisville is about 2.5 hours from me.
Okay, okay. I think that's the only other place I know.
Oh, Mary
Louisville.
said she's from Toledo. My
Oh,
son went there for a semester.
yeah. Hey, Fin Fin, honey, you
Ohio, well,
cute.
those Toledo winters. Oh my goodness. That water coming off the wind coming off that river. It's a little different kind of cold up in Toledo.
Wow, that's so cool. I'm glad I told you that's where she was from. Wow, that's so cool. So say
Yeah.
listen, the summit is coming up Tuesday, April 27th. My bounce back after my setback. So without giving too much away, just
Hmm.
kind of give them a little bit of what you might talk about. And then guys, listen, I'm gonna drop the registration link. It's a free conference that night. We're using something called Event T. And so it won't be Facebook Live, will be YouTube Live, but you'll get the link once you register. So definitely register and meet us over there because it's going to be really good. I don't know what the other, I know the titles of what the other some of the other women are going to share, but I know it's going to be powerful. And I just can't wait to hear. I'm always a recipient of, these events, whether I'm hosting them or whether I'm a part, I'm always a recipient of it because everybody has something different to bring, different experiences that they share. And it's just good to hear. So saying, what is something that you may talk about in your bounce back story on that Tuesday?
Okay. Well, I'll say the title is Reinvent Your Purpose. So if the title doesn't tell you, it should. It's going to be about reinventing your purpose and reinventing you so that you are fully walking in your purpose when you are shifting from one situation to another, when you feel that you don't have anywhere to go. So I'm going to talk to you about how I did that. And I hope through my story, I'm able to help other people who may be struggling and feeling like, there's nowhere to go in their career. They've hit their wall and they just don't know how to add value in a new and different way because they maybe been doing the same thing over and over again or for so many years. So I'll be talking about how it was successfully done for me and the struggles I went through to get there. So maybe I can help someone not struggle as long so they can reinvent their purpose.
Oh, saying that's good. Reinvent your purpose. That's cool. And like, I don't even know if you know, but I just released some new hoodies and shirts. It's called Pretty with a Purpose. So ladies, you can be amazingly gorgeous and pretty and walking in the purpose that God has for your life. And so the fact when she said, I'm like, what? Reinvent your purpose. So that is cool. So thank you like so much. I'll let you close us out however you want to close us out. Guys, I posted the link in here. It's bit.ly pretty heal bounce back 21. Sonya, please tell them how they can get a hold to you, where they can follow you at, if they want to set up a consultation with you. How do they get in contact with the one and only executionist strategy?
Well, you can get a hold of me if you want to reach out to me on social media. My handle is at More PC LLC, and it's the same on Instagram and Facebook. That I'm active on those two channels. And then also, if you want to just talk to me, I do offer free 15-minute consultations where we can just chat and see if I can assist you with some organization. And that link, it's a bit.ly link. So it's bit.ly/MPC call. My website is under construction right now, or I would give you a different easy way to get a hold of me, but this is this is another way that you can reach out to me. But if you were to schedule something with me, a complimentary 15 minutes, and we can kind of talk through some things, you can ask me some questions and we can see if we're a good fit. But I love helping people and asking any administrative type question when it comes to business, because it's what I love doing. and I'm able to just pull together all of my experience that I've gained in corporate America of 25 plus years. That's based off of experience and wisdom, because I know the secret sauce on what makes corporate America tick when it comes to successful campaigns and leading people. So my mission is to share that secret sauce with small business owners to help them make millions too, so they can actually truly function as a CEO, and so that they can think and act like a CEO even though they're in a small business.
Wow, I love that. Saying, did I put this right?
MPC call. Let's see. Yep, that's it.
All right. And it says
MPC call.
calls. It's complimentary call with Sonya. It's just one call, not calls. Okay. So I don't want you to think there's multiple. It's just one. So one complimentary call. Let me put that in there.
Yes, for 15 minutes and we can talk. And I've met some interesting people. I have, as far as clients, I have authors, I have speakers, I have wellness experts, financial advisors. Um, I have people who own restaurants. I have a couple nonprofits. So the strategies that I share can be shared across industries, which is beautiful, because once you know strategy, it can be applied. It's just a matter of the execution steps that you take and the consistency to match it.
I hear you. You talking to me. I don't know if Mary and Amy and all of you other beautiful people that's watching, but I know this right here spoke all up into my spirit today. So
We'll work together again when it's time. I'm not someone to rush. When it's time, you'll call when it's ready. When you are ready, because sometimes I have consultation calls with people. They're like, okay, great. And then I may not hear from them in like 3 months, 4 months, but then they're ready to work when they do call me.
yeah, yeah. So you already know when I'm ready, I'm gonna be ready. When
Yep.
I'm ready, I'm
And
gonna
I'll
be
be
ready.
waiting.
Yeah, I know, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Wow, Sonya, it's always a pleasure to have you up here. So I'll let you share, guys. Listen, go and register. Pretty Heal Bounce Back 21. Go and register. Here is the flyer one more time of these amazingly beautiful women. It's Tuesday, April 27th, 2021. I'm gonna start with the introduction and the welcome around 6:45. So at 7 o'clock, our first speaker, Miss Veronica Burnett, will be taking the stage. And then right after Veronica, you will have the one and only Miss Sonya Moore up. And so you have to register. That way you'll get a lineup of all the speakers. You will be able to engage and interact with them on the site that we're using. So go ahead and register. The registration is free. We need your name and your email address so we can send you the link. I'll be sending out the links this weekend so people can get plugged in. And maybe you can be a part of featured speaker at the next event we're having. We're also, some of you may or may not know, we're doing the Heart of a Leader anthology. Maryland meets Mississippi with a spice of Texas. So we're looking for people who, if you want to submit a bonus chapter, or if you are offer some type of leadership services, you can advertise in our book. So that is coming up. We have the You Are Enough virtual conference coming up in June. And I was so pissed when Sonya came to Maryland because she was in a book project with Dr. Cheryl Wood. I was pissed because that weekend that she was here, I was at another conference in North Carolina. I was like, man, I wanted to meet you. So that's in June. So you can sign up for that. You Are Enough. So Sonya, I'll let you share any lasting words with the good people before we say peace out.
Well, I will just say, everyone come out, join us on April 27th. I would love to see you. Share my story. Hopefully it helps you. I'm here to serve in any capacity that I can. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for listening. And if there's anything that spoke to you, please drop them in the comments, reach out, and, just have a blessed day and blessed week. Thanks for joining.
Listen, and go listen to Sonya's Facebook Live she did about chaos, because I'm gonna go over there and listen to it so I can get Seminate, back on the right track. So listen, this was amazing, Sonya. Thank you so much. Hey, Sharita, how you doing? So listen, Sharita, if you're just coming in or you've been up here, If you didn't catch it all, Sonya dropped some. She dropped the jewels, right? And this was amazing. So thank you again, Sonya. We will be talking again soon. So to all of you on Facebook, YouTube, that's gonna catch it. I'm uploading to Instagram and to Twitter a little bit later, and I'll email it out to those of you on my email list. So God bless you. So I'm probably going to replay this again. I'm probably gonna shoot it again live, probably maybe like Monday or Tuesday of next week. So if you're watching this and it's not Friday, April the 15th, then it becomes an evergreen live that you're watching. And we're glad that you tuned in today, whenever you see it again, too. So God bless you guys. Son, you have an amazing weekend. Tell Fin she is so cute. And that, guys, if you never seen her dog, go to Sonya page. I think I was in Dunkin' Donuts one day, and I seen a dog that kind of looked like Sonya, and the dog had the tail was painted pink. I guess it went to the vet or whatever. And I sent it to Sonya, and Sonya was like, she cute, but Fin looked better. I was like, you're right.
You all will agree when you go to my website is www.morepc-llc.com. It's under construction right now, but if you go to the About Us page, when it is up and running, you'll see a picture of her because she is a true member of the team. So she's a multi-poo. So if you know your breeds, she is the most adorable multi-poo. But of course, I'm a bias owner. I should have provided you with a picture so you could put that up so we could see.
Send me a picture. I will post it. I will post a picture of Fin on the page so people can see just how cute Fin is. So yeah. So this is good, Sonya. Thank you again so much for taking time out on your Friday afternoon to come chat it up with me. So I know you could be doing a whole bunch of other things. So I look forward to in a few weeks of us doing a summit together. And I can't wait till we, when we work together for real again. It's gonna be good.
It is. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you even thinking about me to participate in your summit. So I'm excited to participate in my first virtual engagement for the year. So first of many. How about that? So
it's definitely the first of many. Definitely the first of many.
I'm excited, and I hope to see the viewers here join in and see what we're talking about, because it's all about the bounce back with COVID happening and people bouncing back from so many different obstacles and challenges that we've incurred over the past year and still going through. So, it's important that you understand that you're not the only person, and you're hearing stories from genuine people that are sharing, hoping to impact someone else so that they can get through their setback faster, so they can have a faster bounce back.
Yep. So, Sonya, listen, for real, I know I keep saying this is my last thing, but I'm gonna say this one last thing, and I ain't gonna say nothing else. So, I was on TikTok, right? And it was a challenge that say, like, guess my age, right? And so we're talking about black don't crack. Right? To all my white friends, hey, but black don't crack, right? So, this lady, the first one I see, because it go through the song, whatever, drink water, whatever. And she said 63. I was like, this lady, it ain't no way she's 63. Then another lady was like, she's over 50. And I'm like, it ain't no way. So you remember when I first saw you, and I was like, how old are you? And you told me, I was like, ain't no way. Like, of course, y'all probably know Sonya is older because of her language and the way she talks and the way she's carrying herself, the way she presents herself on camera. But if you look at her, you're like, come on, man, black don't crack,
It's like that picture that, I don't know if you've seen it on Instagram or Facebook, where it's a picture of a child. It is like, this is what I look like when I'm 50. And it's a picture of a black child with a little Afro puff. I'm like, okay, I get that all the time through my whole career. I mean, you know what? I am not one to shy away from telling my age. So I am 47.
Ain't no way. If she wouldn't have told me that before, I wouldn't have been like, when she first told she was in her 40s, I was like, nah, ain't no way.
People don't believe it, but it's a blessing to be here at 47. So I don't worry about, my age or like, oh, you telling your I don't care about that. There are other things in the world to be worried about.
Right, right, right.
Just the blessing that I have of youthful genes is what I
Yeah,
would say. People like, you look so young. I'm like, you know what? There are so many people trying to look young. They're
right,
having surgery to look
right.
young, doing the Botox, putting a lot of, makeup on, like they're doing whatever it is to make them feel beautiful. Hey, shout out
Yep.
to you. That's what you do. I'm not saying it's not good or anything. But, for me, my dad, he's 80, but he
Wow.
doesn't look it at all. He
Hmm.
doesn't look it at all. So I I'm blessed to have very youthful genes and I appreciate it now. I didn't, of course, when I was in my 20s,
Hmm.
but now, oh yeah, and they told me you'll appreciate it later. I do.
See,
I
and I
do.
think, so
That's
how
where that
long you
wisdom comes from too.
Yeah.
Because experience is one thing, wisdom is something else.
Oh,
And I'm
that's
still
different.
young. I mean, I'm still young because of course there are people that are, older and they
Yeah.
bring real wisdom.
Yeah.
But when it comes to what I do for others in my business, the wisdom from my 25 plus years in corporate America and my experience is what truly is the gifting to be able to couple those two things together to help small business owners.
Love it. I love it. So she's almost 50. She's 47. So how long you say you've been married again to the same husband?
Right. 22 years.
And she's been married for 22 years with two beautiful children. And she has Fin Fin, who's on duty, saying, listen, Sonya, we're going to have to go in a second because I got to be on walk duty.
Right.
I love wow. Thank you. And see, I don't even know what made me do that, but that's another part of the person that a lot of times people don't get to see, you know what I'm saying, when we like doing the business. So I'm glad I said it, but I was just looking at you like, it's no way Say give me that. Oh, but yeah.
And now
So
you can use this for my advantage too, because people think that I'm younger. People think I'm a millennial. I'm like, nah, honey, I'm not a millennial. I am a Gen Xer all the way. Okay, how about that? But I can rock with the millennials, though. I mean, I can rock
yeah,
with them because there's something to be learned in all the generations. I don't
yeah,
care where
yeah.
you are. There's always something to be learned, and when you can open up your mind and always learn and appreciate everyone's differences and what
Mm-hmm.
they bring to the table, that is when we become a happy world, people, all of that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. This was good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Thank you, Rita and Amy
Yeah.
and Miss Mary. And to all you beautiful people here, Sonya, thank you again for being on tonight. I'm gonna post one of those how old you are on TikTok. You should do it because they would never guess your age.
No, they won't. And if they do, it's because they know me, or they will do the math in their head when I tell them how many kids, my kids and their ages.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
anywho, all right. Well, thank you so much for having me.
All right, you're welcome. I see you later.
All right.
All
Bye.
right, bye.